So, yes, today I want to make a little interpretation video talking about the CRM symbol from The Walking Dead. Now, The Walking Dead's just started season 11, it's like my longest term favourite show, and I just want to sort of try and interpret what the meaning behind this symbol for this group that has Rick could be. We've seen them appear in the spin-offs like World Beyond. I haven't watched World Beyond, but apparently they're there. I've watched a few clips, I've done a little bit of research into other symbols used throughout history, and I think I've sort of determined what the reason for this symbol is. It is just an interpretation, an individual interpretation. I don't know what Scott Gimple is thinking. Does anyone know what Scott Gimple is thinking at this point? Does Scott Gimple know what Scott Gimple is thinking? I think he does. He's got a little bit of faith. But, let's just sort of try and examine what could be the thing here. Now, I think there's a few possibilities, and that's just depending on the scale of what story they want to tell using the CRM group. Obviously, with Rick, it's going to go upscale into like a big scale, something we've not seen in the TV show after it ends. We hear them talking all this blabber about them being the last light of the world and all this stuff, to sort of big up their presence and get people to fall in under their banner. And what I think the symbol means, I've heard a couple of explanations for it. What I think it means is I think it represents the third birth of the world. And obviously in the show, you have to bear in mind, the universe even, what it is now, you have to bear in mind that the apocalypse is almost like a new rebirth of the world. So you've got one of the circles could represent ancient civilization. So that's before, the sort of Greeks and the Romans. Then one of the circles can represent the world after, say, Julius Caesar implemented the world calendar that we are also familiar with today. So, we're in the year 2021 right now with The Walking Dead season 11 airing. So one circle for the ancient world, one circle for the calendared world, and then we have a third circle which represents the world after the apocalypse within the Walking Dead universe, in my opinion. And we see all these circles joined together. You have the ancient, the calendar, and the apocalypse all joined in as one, which to me really fits in with a lot of the themes we've seen throughout the entire Walking Dead show and storyline so far about sort of remembering the past and using it as a sort of guidance for the future, which seems to be what this group is doing. They're trying to sort of rebuild civilization back up. So yeah, we've got three circles, three different worlds throughout history. Scott Gimple has said it represents three separate civilizations, and I think one of the circles is the civilization that this group is trying to build within the apocalyptic world. And I think the other two civilizations are the calendared civilization before the world died, and then I think the other circle is, ancient times. But there's other ways you could look at it as well. I mean, that's sort of if they want to go to a global scale with the movies. If they want to sort of just keep it in America, maybe one could represent America before the Constitution, one after the Constitution, and then one after the apocalypse. And then it could also represent the three towns of the CRM. But if they only have three towns, it would seem logical to me that they want to grow. They would want to grow into something bigger. So I think their symbol here is sort of representative of maybe all these three things. It's a fun thing to speculate on what this symbol means. We all just have to wait really for the Rick movie to find out what it actually means. But I think looking at it in the sort of smaller scale of what they actually are right now, which is the three towns, Rick being in one of them, hopefully, then maybe America as well, but also the world and all the different civilizations, the apocalypse being one of them. It is an original sort of symbol. It's definitely not something they've used and taken out of context, but I think it's sort of three different worlds all joining into one, which is what they want. And hopefully, I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong, but hopefully we get an answer to that when the Rick movie does eventually come out, and, we get to see Rick kicking ass once again. Thank you for watching.